Can red light therapy on your scalp actually regrow hair? If you have spent any time looking into hair loss treatments, you've probably seen red light therapy helmets, laser cups, and LED devices claiming they can stimulate hair growth. Some of these devices cost hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. But do they actually work?
Hi everyone, my name is Anna and welcome to the Italian Rapunzel. This channel is all about helping you grow healthy, strong, and beautiful hair.
Today we're looking at the science behind red light therapy and near-infrared therapy for hair growth. What the research says, the benefits that it might have, people who might not benefit from it, and whether it's worth spending your money on. I will also share my personal experience with red light therapy. Disclaimer, I only started red light therapy like 2 weeks ago, so it's way too early to show whether or not it's actually working. But still, I wanted to share my opinion on it. Also, I know I do sound sick. It's because I am. I have a cold, so I don't sound like I normally would. So what is red light therapy? Red light therapy, also known as low-level light therapy, uses specific wavelengths of light, typically red light around 630 to 680 nanometers, and near-infrared light around 800 to 850 nanometers. The theory is that these wavelengths penetrate the scalp and interact with structures inside cells called mitochondria. Researchers believe that increasing cellular energy production may improve hair follicle function and potentially support your health. What does the evidence actually show? So let's look at the research. So the good news is that red light therapy is one of the few non-drug hair loss treatment that has actually clinical research behind it. There are many studies that I have found increase in hair density and hair count in people with androgenetic alopecia. So does red light therapy and infrared light therapy actually work? So it does, but there are some caveats. So you need to be very consistent with it. Also, it cannot make a person that is completely bald into regrowing hair. So if you have hair thinning, it can help, but from complete baldness, it cannot regrow hair. And obviously, it is a great treatment in conjunction, if you have alopecia, in conjunction with minoxidil or macroneedling or any type of other therapy. So the reason why I bought the Hooga red light therapy panel is because, well, it was cheap, honestly. But also, I actually bought it for my skin. It was never intended to be for my hair. And then I was like, wait, red light therapy and near infrared light therapy actually is very beneficial for scalp health too. So I was like, let's try it out. So is this one right here? Let me take it out from the box. Ah. My sickness, oh my God. All right. This is how it looks like. And again, it's been only 2 weeks that I've been using it, so of course I'm not gonna see any results. Well, let me show you how it actually works. So you can choose the mode, which is this is red light therapy or near infrared light therapy, or you can do both at the same time. Then you can choose the time, 5 minutes, 10, 15, and then boom. And then it will stop by itself. It's very hard to know whether or not something works unless you go to a dermatologist and do a deep dive look at your scalp with like machines and then compare the before and after. Like it's very, unless you're going through a lot of hair loss, then you can see the difference if you're just using one treatment like red light therapy. But if you're doing like a combination of treatments, then it's very hard to know which one is actually working for the hair loss. And I did mention in one of my other videos that I actually did experience some hair loss because of birth control. And I didn't know that I was experiencing it until I stopped birth control because I have already thick hair. So if I do experience hair loss, it's kind of hard to see. Also, I'm not really looking at my scalp every day. But then once I stopped birth control, I started noticing like It was very quick, like maybe not even a month after, I started noticing like hair growing. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, am I growing hair on my scalp out of nowhere? Then I was like, no, of course, it's the birth control that make you lose hair, and now it's growing back. So let me show you. Oh, it's so hard to see in video. So you see these little hairs? Those are, I have a lot of them, and those are the ones that I actually lost during birth control. And they're growing naturally, organically, without me like doing anything. However, I wonder if the red light therapy will speed up the process of it. Who knows? I will update you on it maybe in a couple of months because to see results, you actually have to wait at least 6 to 12 months. So if you want to see the results in many months, subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the future video about whether or not red light therapy actually worked on my hair. Also, no, this video is not sponsored, and the reason why I chose Hooga is because it has great reviews. It seems to be very potent, and also it's very cheap compared to other panels or hair devices. And based on what they say, it seemed extremely similar to the ones that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I've seen people actually testing the potency of the emission of the red light and near infrared light, and it was accurate to what the website is saying that is emitting. So far so good for my skin, because I've seen benefits for my skin, but for my hair I probably have to wait way longer. Also, totally forgot to say that if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever on red light therapy, what you can do is spend time outside under the sun, let the sun hit your scalp for 10-15 minutes a day, or 5 times a week or 3 times a week. But from sunrise until 9 a.m., not after that, because then the UV index is too strong and you can actually damage the hair follicle, or from 4 p.m. until sunset.